If you're still trying to manage huge files in SharePoint, you already know the pain. Slow uploads, constant sync issues, files randomly locking, and entire teams blocked while SharePoint thinks. Now let's be honest, SharePoint was built for documents and spreadsheets, not multi-gig CAD models, 3D renders, raw datasets, high-res imagery, or massive project folders. And today we're breaking down the SharePoint alternative that teams across engineering, architecture, product development, research, and creative agencies are switching to because they simply run out of patience. Whether you're dealing with 50 gig simulation files, complex BIM models, medical imaging data, research archives, or massive design assets, you need a system that can actually keep up. So in this video, we're gonna walk through why SharePoint struggles with large files, what a modern alternative needs to deliver, how organizations use LucidLink to work faster without migrating files back and forth, and how this approach fixes one of the biggest productivity bottlenecks in enterprise workflows. Let's get into it. Here's the truth nobody says out loud. SharePoint was optimized for Microsoft Office workflows. Word docs, PDFs, spreadsheets, intranet pages, that's its world. But modern teams aren't working with tiny files anymore. A single file could easily be a 40 gigabyte architecture model, a 12 gigabyte research dataset, a 25 gigabyte product design package, a massive machine learning training file, thousands of high-res images in a single folder. Now SharePoint struggles because files must sync or fully upload, checkout and check-in creates team bottlenecks, versioning breaks with huge binaries, performance tanks over VPN, and opening large files remotely is agonizingly slow. If your work depends on speed, iteration, or shared access, SharePoint becomes a blocker, not a solution. A true large file SharePoint alternative must solve the core pain points. Instant access to huge files without downloading or syncing, real-time collaboration, high-performance remote work from anywhere, secure enterprise-grade access controls, compatibility with existing tools and workflows, scalability for teams working with terabytes or petabytes, and most importantly, it needs to eliminate the delay between I need this file and I can actually start working. LucidLink is purpose-built for large files. Instead of syncing or transferring huge files, it streams them, like Netflix, but for data. This means your team can access huge files instantly, work from anywhere at full speed, open files locally without storing them locally, avoid duplicated data, broken versions, or file locking, share massive folders securely in seconds, onboard remote team members instantly. Organizations use it for everything from CAD to machine learning, enterprise design systems, medical data, and global research workflows. And because there's no syncing, you skip the hours or days normally required to move huge files. And this isn't just for one industry. Teams across all sectors use LucidLink as a SharePoint alternative. Engineering firms working with enormous CAD assemblies, architecture and construction teams needing shared BIM access, product designers collaborating on heavy 3D assets, research labs handling huge datasets, corporate teams managing massive brand libraries, marketing departments working across huge shared folders, manufacturing teams collaborating on tooling design, agencies with complex multi-client asset libraries. If your files are big, your team benefits. If SharePoint is slowing your work down, especially with large files, you don't need another workaround. You need a platform built for the data sizes teams use today. LucidLink gives teams instant, secure, scalable access to massive datasets without syncing, without version headaches, and without waiting. This is the SharePoint alternative built for the modern enterprise.